Hey, what's up, everyone? It is your host, Ty Cole, here with Your Voice Media, and I'm talking to Terrence J. Now, before we get into this, I have to say, Terrence, I am just thoroughly honored. So, you are one of the reasons, actually, why I got into reporting, which has been an amazing journey for myself. I had met you when I was like turning 16, and you were doing Wilson Park, and I literally waited for you to come out. I waited for you to come out till you were wrapped up, and we took a photo. And I remember you told me, you said, "Hey, keep going." And today, here I am, chatting with you. Also, part of the BT family is one of my bylines, and it's just awesome to be able to like follow in your footsteps. So, kind of want to just throw that out there for you before we start the interview.
When did you say this was? When was this?
This was when I was 16. So this was like what, like it had to be like mid 2000s. I would say like you were on 106. I think you were like 3 years in with Roxy, or 4 years in with Roxy. And I was in the crowd, and then I saw you outside. And I remember I was with my friends. I'm like, yo, this is like one of my idols. I gotta say what's up to him. And then we had a small conversation, and then you were just like, hey, like just keep doing your thing. And you're gonna make it. And here I am. So I am just thoroughly honored.
Well, look at you, man. 16 years old there now. Look at you, man.
Right. Now I'm 25. So here we are.
You made me feel good and you made me feel old all in the same.
That is not what I wanted to do. But speaking of feeling good, the Feel Good Fridge Initiative is all about healthy eating and helping children gain access to healthy food options. Now, what was it about this initiative that made you want to be involved?
First of all, that just made me proud right there. I just saw your transition. That was
Did
amazing.
you see the transition?
I saw what you did there, Ty. I saw you went from the Feel Good to now talking about Maytag's Feel Good Fridge, which I'm really excited about. But it's a huge problem. There was a study that went out in 2020 that 14 million kids have food insecurities. And I know what that feels like, growing up and not knowing where your next meal is. And there's nothing that you want to feel more secure about than knowing how you're going to have those options. In addition to that, healthy eating options are essential, right? Growing up, and where did you say you grew up?
New York.
Yeah, New York. So you know what it's like. I grew up in Queens before moving down to North Carolina. And back when I was growing up, they would say it was easier to find trouble, easier to find a weapon, easier to find things that are not good for you than it was to find fruit, right? Than to find fresh produce. And so Maytag is doing something really special. They partnered with the Boys and Girls Club. They've been family with the Boys and Girls Club for over 20 years. So it's an organic, deep relationship. And what we're doing now is we're launching this incredible set of Maytag Feel Good refrigerators. We're starting with 10. We're going to grow the program. Students are going to be able to go to school. They're going to be able to go, from their homes. And when they come to the Boys and Girls Club, they're going to be able to open up that fridge, and there's going to be options in there that can nourish them and provide them with that support that they need. So I'm really excited to link up with them on this program.
I love that. Now, we're in the social media era. So there's a lot of powerful Gen Z platforms like TikTok and Instagram. And while there are some healthy options that they're shared on those platforms, sometimes there's a lot more unhealthy options. So how do you think Maytag and even yourself is going to really reel in children with this program, especially when fast food marketing is all over social media, like on TikTok and Instagram?
Oh man, listen, Ty, you said it best. Is all of the unhealthy eating options are right in front of us every day, right? They're bombarding us with programming. We're seeing it all over the place. We're on social media. Oh my God, look at this, burger here. Look at this,
French fries and chili dogs and
so you see that all day long, and for me at my age now, once I'm looking 40 down the barrel, right? 40's right around the corner, and then you go to doctor, you're like, wow, I have skin issues. I have the things here that I want to adjust with my health. My dad, has diabetes, and so I'm trying to get his health, and so in the right place. Right. And so for me, I'm doing my research. I'm eating healthy, and I've made the decision to remove things out of my diet. I haven't eaten meat, I haven't eaten pork, I haven't eaten things that I grew up eating every single day.
Right.
And now taking them out of my diet, I have more energy.
Mm.
You know, my skin's doing better, my health is feeling better.
Right.
And so now it clicked for me. I'm like, you know, we need to start letting young people know about healthy eating much earlier, right?
Right.
We want them to live longer and have a more fulfilled life than we had. And so it's so imperative that we get the word out. And for me, you know, you always look around, you're like, oh, who's gonna get this message? I'm like, oh man, it's my turn, right?
Right.
It's my turn to use my platform, you know, to inspire and to
Motivate.
push next generation to take this next step, eating healthy. And eating healthy doesn't have to be bad, right? It tastes incredible. And the more you cut bad things out of your diet, the more you're gonna crave the good things. And so this program is really exciting because it's gonna allow these boys and girls clubs, and again, we're building it. It's
Mhm.
gonna allow them to get those options in front of young people so that they can have better choices than we had growing up.
I love that. Now, you as a child, so here's a two-part quick question. What motivated you as a child to eat healthy? And if you had one, if you have one now, what's your favorite go-to healthy snack and healthy meal?
Ooh, okay. All right. So yeah, as a child, you know, I was talking with a colleague of mine. We were just talking about there was a food pyramid chart that they used to put up in schools and boys and girls everywhere, right? And the food pyramid
Right.
chart had, you know, drink. One of the things I remember on it, drink milk every day, right?
Yes, I remember that.
Remember that, right? And
Mhm.
then you grow up, and now that they have the technology and the allergy test and all that, I'm lactose intolerant, right?
Oh,
So
wow.
they were telling me drink milk every day. My stomach was always in a bad place. I was
Right.
always feeling bad. I was always feeling sluggish. Like, why do I feel bad coming out of work?
Feeling sick, not really feeling right.
You would get that tray, had the milk on it, right?
Right.
So,
Did you
you
get
know,
chocolate milk or you got original milk?
I was a chocolate milk kid.
Ah, okay.
Multiple chocolate milks, right?
Mhm.
And again, different things for different people. But for me, it wasn't what was best for my body, right? And there weren't a lot of options. There weren't a bunch of different options around for me to, you know, to try, to partake in. And so I didn't have a lot of those options growing up. For me now, it's all about getting the right snack. I mean, I can eat a kale Caesar salad like it's a steak.
Okay, because I'm the same way with the croutons, a
I
little bit
take,
of Parmesan cheese in there.
you know,
Yeah.
got to. You
That's
got to. So you know, and again, it's about the options, and it's about getting those options at a young age, and it's about you know, we're all programs. It's all the marketing and branding.
right.
The more that we see people like, oh my God, this is good, the more your brain clicks and say, let me try it. And then when you try it, you realize it is good.
Right.
And the younger you have those options, the better off you're gonna be. And there's nothing better than, you know, taking a nice apple slice, cutting it up, getting some peanut butter, making your snack. Like, you know, the more you have those options at a young age, the more prone you're going to be to have a healthy lifestyle growing up. And so that's why it's important that we start with them young.
I love that. Now let's talk about your involvement. Segue a little bit. Your involvement with the Boys and the Girls Club. Now, what was it like for you back in the day when you were part of it? And what are some changes and improvements you've noticed as an alum now back working with the organization today?
Man, so you know, the Boys and Girls Club of America is one of those organizations that is ingrained in the fabric of what America is, right? They take care of so many young people in different stages of their life. For me, growing up, I moved around a lot. You know, I moved from New York, we moved down to North Carolina.
Right.
I went to 4 different middle schools, right? So I mean, that lets you know how much we bounced around. By the time I went to high school, I went to I think 2 or 3, three different high schools,
Right.
um, and so I bounced around a lot. It was always tough making friends. That's how I developed my personality because I always was the new kid. I always had to go into a new place. And for me, the Boys and Girls Club of America was one of those consistents, right? I might have a different school. I might go to, you know, I always have a different school name, but if there was ever a Boys and Girls Club where we moved, I always knew the routine there. and it was always fun, right? They always had programs. They would always help you with your homework, and they always had a gym. And I learned how to swim going to a Boys and Girls Club. I learned how to play basketball, or lack thereof, play
Right.
basketball at a Boys and Girls Club. And so it was how I grew up. And so now when I went to, we just launched the first fridge yesterday. Seeing those kids open it up was amazing. But seeing the club and where the club is today is fantastic. The gym was state of the art. The equipment was on point. All of the counselors, everybody that was there, super knowledgeable. So it was really fun going there yesterday and seeing it.
I love that. Sounds like an amazing experience. Now, this is not your first rodeo with children. Now, recently you partnered up with Novelator on an initiative with Recognize the Chew. And this was where you guys had different virtual classes and just kind of, sharing some education and knowledge to a lot of different students. Now, my question for you is, what's the number one rule not to do in Terrence J's class?
Ooh, oh, if you're in class with me, I don't. You cannot quit.
Okay.
So if when I get to know students, whatever they're on the path to, whatever they're working on, quitting is not an option. It's seeing it through. It's believing in what you're going after. And that's one of the number one things that I can say is a key ingredient for successful people. And it's something that I've kept my entire career. Is if I'm passionate about something and I want to accomplish it, is just to not give up. Because on your road to success, on your road to whatever it is that you want to achieve, giving up is the easy way out. Not giving up and seeing it through. That would be what I would tell students that they can't do.
Okay, I'm gonna take that for myself. Whenever I'm like sitting down, I'm getting discouraged. But you know what? Terrence told me never quit. So I'm gonna keep that in my mind.
You
And I'm
don't
gonna just not quit.
do that for me now, Ty. You already on that path, man.
I mean, listen, I can always get a new gem from somebody who inspires me. So hey, I'm gonna add that to my list.
I appreciate
Now, as you know, Rap CD is back for a special episode airing before the Hip Hop Awards with Tigga. Now, would you be here for a 106 part reboot? And would you consider returning in a host capacity?
You know, first of all, man, I love Big Tigger is an icon, and so I'm so happy that he's doing. He's this has always been a goal. He loves the brands, and he loves hip hop, and so I'm so happy that they're doing that reboot. For me with 106, it's such a special show. It's such a special time in my life. I love Roxy, so much. And I love our cast and crew. It would just have to be the right timing. And if it was the right timing, I would absolutely, do a special reboot. I don't know if I'll do it every day. I don't know if we're gonna do it at 6 p.m. every day, but I would definitely do a reunion. I love that's family forever. So I 100%.
Okay. Now, my last question for you. And speaking of family, you have a Christmas movie coming out on MTV with MC Light, Carrie Hilson, Redman, Empire, Soraya, with Jamie Foxx also attached to the project. Now, can you tell us a little about the film, a little about your character, and your favorite part about the holiday season?
So this film is really exciting. I love Christmas. I grew up watching movies like Home Alone that inspired me so much, and Christmas Story and How to Stole Christmas. So I love holiday films. I love holiday spirit, and we didn't see a lot of people that looked like us when we were watching these films. I think I don't know if I don't know if there was a lot of black people in Home Alone. And so
Yeah.
it, to be able to do a movie like this, it's an honor. It's a story about the first family in hip hop, and it's like a reunion story. We all come together. So Redman and MC Light play my mom and dad. That's hip hop royalty right there. Carrie and Soraya play my sister, and Neo plays Carrie's love interest. And we're a family that lives in Houston. We're back for the holiday season, and just a lot of hijinks and mayhem takes place, over the holiday. I can't give away too many spoilers because the movie comes out really soon. For me, what I love most about the holiday season is family. I love being with people that I love. I love surrounding myself with the fam. And I'm here in LA. I don't have any kids in my life right now, and so going back with the family is always good because you get to see the young people, and that's also a reason why I did this program that I'm talking about with the Boys and Girls Club and Maytag, and that's why I'm so excited to do this Maytag Feel Good Fridge program. It's because the holidays is all about family, and that's what I'm all about. Is about spending time, giving back, and that's why I can't wait to launch this. And again, man, thank you so much for taking the time with me. And that story about us, on the show is gonna stick with me, man. So I appreciate it.
Listen, this moment for me will stick with me. So I want to just say thank you so much for chatting with me today. I cannot wait to see this film. I also can't wait to see you just do a bunch of other amazing things. Keep doing your thing, man. I'm rooting for you, and I hope I get to see you soon.
When I come to New York, we gotta stop by Boys and Girls Club together.
Hey, I'm down for that. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that, Terrence. If I see you in New York City and I don't find out, I'm gonna DM and be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Right, and they taking donations now. So now that you got the show, you're making the money. So you got
listen, I'm down for that, man.